We're pulled in all directions at once by kids, work, and aging parents. We're part of the sandwich generation, caught up in the swirl of the family dance. On this family dance, Barbara Bryan gets her family back on track after divorce, when she suddenly confronts changes in her mother's independence.
Mornings are always hectic. I usually get up by 6. 6 is usually my latest. I need time to myself in the morning. If I don't have at least an hour to sort of fully engage my mind, I'm not prepared for the day, especially because the kids are such high energy, and getting them out of bed, I think, takes the energy of 10 people on the best of days. Aaron, are you ignoring me? All right, that's it. Beckett, wake him up. Come on, Beckett. Give him a kiss. Beckett. Uh-oh. Beckett has his victim. Uh-oh.
I'm tired.
Well, we're all tired, but guess what? It's time to get up. Of course I'm waking you up. It's time to get up. You've got to go to class. When you end up a single parent, oh my God, the world changes so drastically. Living with my ex, I was living in anger and denial. I felt I'm not giving my kids what they need. I'm not fulfilling myself as a mother, nor them as children, nurturing them. Benny, did you finish yours?
No. I have to do one more thing, which is really easy.
Okay. My ex he couldn't let go of his anger. He's been so angry with me that he's killed the beauty in his own children as a result of it, and that's what hurts. Please get your teeth brushed, your face washed, hair combed. Beckett, come on downstairs. But then after about 2 years, and then the issues started to crop up with my children, one at a time. First thing that happens is Kyle's, my oldest, his grades started to slip. And I started to think, well, okay, that's because I don't have enough time to spend with all 3 of them, so I tried to get him some tutoring, but it just, he just kept slipping and slipping and slipping. He went from being a straight A student, he just went down so low, and I thought, my God, this was so hard. This is so hard to watch your kids go through this. If we're late this morning, I'm docking your allowance. This is always the biggest part of the nightmare, is getting these kids out the door on time. And I'm sure it's every parent's nightmare. It takes a good 15, 20 minutes to get them out the door at the best of times.
Okay.
Come on, please, let's go. Oh, you're an imp. I'll see you later. Okay. My middle son, Aaron, is dyslexic. Okay. On Wednesdays and Fridays, he has an 8 o'clock reading program. Okay, so you're gonna work extra hard today in your reading, okay? Can you do that for me? You got your seatbelt on, Aaron? Yes, I did. Oh my God. He's extremely bright in all other curriculum activities, so it's difficult when you have a kid who's smart and he's challenged like this. It's really hard for him to comprehend. Well, why, if I'm so smart, why do I have these problems? Come on, Aaron, please, please.
Planned to do. Now, went to the tramp. So they.
Brain power.
I've just recently left my full-time position to start my own e-learning and communications company. The startup is pretty intense, and as usual, I'm juggling between my work and my kids.
I think that's any single parent's greatest stress is, when is it appropriate to say no to your child? When do you start thinking about yourself?
His helper yelled, "Help." So, panting.
You got it.
The end of this meet.
I think you need some bonus points for today. Does that sound all right? Go right on the book.
I think my greatest loss is that I don't have my own time. I don't have creative time.
Especially right now, the help I always had, it came from my mom, but that's all changing.
And when I'd be totally exhausted with my kids, she would take them, and they just loved it because she just gave them so much attention. And then I think about two or 3 months ago, all of a sudden she had all these debilitating signs. I always took it for granted. My mom was strong. Physically, my mom was always stronger than me. She was a farm girl. She went to Europe, but when she came back, which was 2 weeks ago, her hands were so mangled, gnarled with arthritic pain, and I was just shocked to see her like that. So right now I'm feeling a bit of a crunch because all of a sudden I found myself, running over and trying to help her do some things. So I'm going with her to her GP as well as to a naturopath and try to get the sense of both directions so that she can have some choices, and hopefully she starts to mend again.
Today I have to pick up my mom to take her to the naturopath. She's been on medications for arthritic pain, but nothing seems to be working.
First 2 rows, 3 rows, 2 rows of beets, 1 row of carrots, and this is a German cabbage, by the way. This is what keeps me going. Well, my fingers are swollen. This finger here, I have no feeling in it at all. It's numb. They're not my hands because I'm very, very active. I do everything. I crochet, I knit, and I do crafts and all that. Keep busy. I need my hands.
Do you need help with the seatbelt?
No, I can manage
Okay.
that.
Oh my hand all the way.
So we're looking for a medicine that's had a good history of helping problems like yours and people like you.
My hands are very bad and I'm very active. I go nonstop. I'm always doing something.
Well, that's the way to keep it.
The fingers go so numb that the pain at night is excruciating. I can't stand it. And it starts about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The pain is so bad I have to get up and run my hands into hot water. Use the bean bag. I've got a Felsray lamp, a heat lamp. I try everything.
Now you tell me that most of the day you're on the go.
I'm on the go and I keep my fingers moving.
So is it the lack of motion or is it specifically
It could be the lack
nighttime?
of motion because you're asleep.
Yes.
You're in bed.
Olga, what about dreams? Some people find that
No.
no dreams, nothing recurrent, not at all.
No.
This will give me a rough idea. Put the fingers flat down if you can. As much, don't hurt yourself.
Dr. Kellerstein was, I'd say he was very thorough in his line of questioning, and I mean, he went through diet, he went through stress, past history, present. That's important. It's important to get a psychological profile of who you're dealing with.
After all that talk, I'm just going to give you this thing you can hardly see. It's just a few millimeters in diameter, and it's just one pellet. I want to know what the pattern is. because that's what it's all about.
So I just get one and that's it?
That's it. It's hard for us to do that, isn't it?
No more after that?
Well, what we're going to do is very
This is good
often.
news.
Monitoring, Mom. It's promising. You sound hopeful.
And thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Take care.
Take care.
I may be in pain, but I continue on. That's the only way. And maybe I'll beat it. Who knows? Who knows?
One of the things that's been really important, an important commitment for me lately, has been to help my friend Jen. She's a good friend, and she has Lou Gehrig's disease, and she needs some help herself. So a group of us, I told her when she first mentioned it almost 3 years ago, I said, well, when the time comes and you need, if you need a fundraiser, I'll be more than happy to help in any way I can. And then about, 10 months ago, she seemed to be deteriorating quite a bit physically, and so I said, I think it's time, don't you? And she said, yeah. So the fundraiser is to help Genevieve retrofit her house and get an electric wheelchair.
Is it okay to come in?
Yeah.
Where do you want? Where do you?
Just open the seat, push it down.
Oh,
There we go. There you go. It's not a good time to be doing anything more.
I think that any events that I have seen as fundraisers that have been successful, they happen in that Christmas season.
What have they been for?
I've known Jen for about past, 6 years, and Jen was around actually when I first left my ex,
Let me hand
so she's seen me go through a lot of dips and turns.
Good old Mom. Mom's not really well right now. She's got a major arthritic problem with her hands. So, and we just found this out recently. So it's not a great thing. Not a great thing. No.
Why do you have to leave so early?
I'm going to my first class at U of T, continuing ed. I'm working on an e-learning certificate in project management.
Wow. No, it's really cool.
It's nice seeing you. Gosh, I hadn't seen you in so long.
No.
It seems like just forever.
Yeah.
It's been busy, huh? I figure if I don't check in with them, I'm not going to know what's going on at the home front. And sometimes, of course, when you call in, they'll scream their heads off just because they know Mommy's so far away, so I've got to make it really dramatic for her. Oh, it's busy. They're on the internet. Little monsters. Okay. Well, I guess I won't talk to them until there's a break. Anyways, I'm going to go off to class now. This is going to be my first class, and I have no idea what's going to be expected. I'm excited about this, actually, because professionally, things are always ongoing. Every chance I get, if I can take courses to improve my professional status, I'll do it.
Different ways that you could be teaching people, all the different methods that you can use for getting people to experience the content that you...
And after this, I just hope to have a very relaxing night because it's been a hectic week. All for Halloween, huh?
What about Halloween?
You know, you're sort of pre-Grim Reaper. Look, you're...
What is it? Am I right?
Is this the place? Kyle missed a lot of years in between. He went from being the oldest of 9 and being a happy kid to all of a sudden having to have responsibility and having to help Mom. Oh, darn. It's not that I put a lot of burden on him, but I think he just automatically assumed that this was his role because he knew he was the oldest.
I love it. Thank you. Do you need some?
Yeah.
I think parents really have to try, even if they're separating, at least for the sake of the kids, you've got to keep the communication open.
Good. Who's cooking this dinner?
You are.
What?
I'm tired. Come on, I had a rough day at school.
I know, and I had a rough day at home.
Couldn't come to me because Kyle realized he was the oldest, and he just realized, you know, mom's overstretched, and I'm going to have to figure this one out on my own, and that was tough.
He's running with a dumb, stupid bag.
Oh, you keep on walking.
Are you all right?
No!
Uh-oh, do you want to be carried?
Yes.
By who? Kyle?
Give me the bag. You can carry
Okay, give me the bags, you carry her.
her. No, you carry her.
You carry her.
She's fat. You carry
Kyle,
her.
she's a skinny little bean.
Oh my God.
Bentley, Kyle. Bentley, Kyle, she has a mark on her leg.
Look at her. She's not crying. She's faking.
Shut up!
Kyle, enough. No, Bentley. Bentley. Billy, I'm carrying all this stuff. How can I carry you? This is truly, truly embarrassing. My daughter cannot walk on her own.
Very embarrassing.
There's one with.
This is my grandma and her girlfriend.
I was taken in Panama City. Was that near a pool? Yeah.
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 You're in the pool, grandma.
Panama City. A dress for $1.65, which you cannot get today. Well, I'm babysitting. Barbara went out. Well, she went to school first, and then they're going to go to a restaurant after. She won't be out very long because the kids have to go to school, and she doesn't want me to stay up too late. So I like babysitting. I enjoy them. Right now, look at that. We're playing Scrabble. I play cards with them, and we go for walks sometimes. Better get them some milk.
That's right.
No playing games, though. Remember, Mommy said you're to be in bed before 9 o'clock. That's enough sugar, Bentley. I think that's as big as he's going. I go to my regular doctor, my family doctor. She put me on Celebrex, and not one of them helped. And the medication that Kellerstein gave me, he gave me one. He says, oh, that'll help you. It didn't do anything for me. Nothing whatever. I still keep applying heat. Otherwise, I can't sleep. See, I do things nonstop, and then when the pain starts up again, I just immerse them into warm water and heat them through a bit and then dry them, put some ointment on, and carry on. So that's what I've been doing. I'm still doing it.
And then I have like.
Come on, Aaron.
Slowpoke. Who am I?
Okay.
Just guys.
Shoot, up the stairs you go.
Come on.
I don't give into it. I keep on.
Dad, you know not to plan is there.
You are waiting here.
I'll hold it.
You want to hold that?
I'll hold it.
We really haven't made any progress with Mom's pain, and it's a real disappointment for me. But I think things are looking up for Kyle.
Having left my ex 4.5 years ago, I noticed Kyle's enthusiasm in sports began to dwindle.
Nice shot.
So Steve, my partner, and I, we've been working for the past 6 months trying to boost his self-esteem and get him hyped up and interested again in sports.
God, you did great up there. Your mom wasn't too bad either. Dude! Okay, we're picking up speed now. Hey, that's it.
No, don't give them chocolate before they go to bed, please. I don't want them awake for 2 hours. I want them asleep in 5 minutes. And you too.
Yeah, I don't have to get up till 12 tomorrow.
I guess basketball, it kind of started when my parents noticed I was too lazy and kind of just moping around the house at night when I was done my homework. So I just said, sure, what the heck. I'm glad that my mom's found somebody and I kind of have somebody that I can like share stuff with and just do what guys do. It was really hard for her. She was like stressing on work and then stressing on the kids, and then basically I had to kind of take the little role now and then and look after the kids and get them ready for school and that. And I felt it was a bit hard because here I was trying to get myself organized and then I had to look after 2 little brats, so. When I draw, I normally draw when I'm feeling down or when I want to express something. And after I like finish the piece, I kind of like look at it and I'm like, okay, that's how I was feeling, and like that's kind of like what was happening. So it's kind of like my own little therapy. I've talked to a lot of other people and they're like, yeah, art also helps me out too. So it's pretty cool.
He wasn't there anywhere. There was nothing else to do. Excuse me, said Harry to the plump woman. Hello, dear, she said. First time at Hogwarts. Ron's new too. She pointed at the last and youngest of her sons.
I guess now, since she has support from a lot of people, the family and Steve, I guess she's been getting better and we're all coping.
Good night, my little princess. I love you. See you in the morning.
Have a good night's sleep.